Welcome to Ticker Tidbits. Kate and Alex in today.
How's it going?
Hi. So today I want to talk about a progression that you were writing for yourself on a workout that I believe you're doing just for fun.
Yeah, more or less.
All right. So what's the workout that you're progressing?
The workout I'm progressing is the Madison Triplet. I think it's from the 2017 CrossFit Games.
Okay.
It is 5 rounds, 450-meter run, and then 7 med ball clean over a 48-inch box, and then you burpee, and then you vault yourself over the 48-inch boxes, and that's 1 rep.
Because a 48-inch box is 2 boxes stacked on top of each other.
And you got to make it 2 boxes wide, so it's like a massive wall.
It's super fun. If you guys go back to some of our coaches' hour, you'll see Alex jumping.
Check out my Instagram.
Shameless plug.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you decided to do this because box fort.
Yes. And
super fun.
That, and I was already doing a whole bunch of med ball cleans. I was already doing a bunch of burpee box jumps.
Yeah.
And I was working on my running for 333 for other workouts. So It was just kind of a way to put a bunch of those movements together. I'm already pretty good at med ball cleans and pretty good at box jumping, box overing, and then kind of let me work on weaknesses of running and burping. And
which is a good segue into just your training needs to be fun. You need to enjoy what you're doing.
Agreed.
Purposeful in that you pick things that you could win at, but also things that you want to get better at.
Yeah.
And also it's a fun goal, which is why you pre-tested this workout. How did your pre-test go? How did...
It went all right. It went better than I expected, honestly. It took me 25 minutes, 5 minutes around. The running wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it was a lot of looking at the med ball. And after I'll do a rep, get over the box, and then you kind of sit there, hands on knees, looking at the med ball like, oh my God, I got to pick it up again.
Interesting. And you didn't expect that based on some of your prior training with
because normally, over the shoulder med ball cleans, I can do those all day long.
Awesome. So what is since it is it's not a named workout, but it's from an event that other people have done, what was the goal time?
Going in the pre-test, honestly, I didn't have a goal time. It was more of a one-off, like, I'm going to try this workout, see how this goes. And then I really enjoyed the workout, so I decided that I was going to keep progressing it, trying to get better at it. And now the goal is to get it under the games time cap, which was 20 minutes. All
right, so we got to shave 5 minutes. How are you approaching that? How did you progress this first to change?
Basically, I'm trying to go through a progression of aerobic 1 week and then more thresholdy the next week.
Okay.
The first week after pre-test, I did 20 rounds every 2 minutes. I did the odd minutes, I did a 200-meter run. The even minutes, I did 3 med ball cleans over the boxes with the burpee and all the things that involve that.
And were you able to stay aerobic?
Yeah, that one actually felt really good the whole time. The 200 meters was just enough to get to where my heart rate was starting to push it and maybe not be as aerobic. And then I was able to recover before getting to the med ball stuff. And then the med ball stuff, the 3 took me maybe 30, 40 seconds. And I was pretty relaxed through that whole workout.
So you felt really good doing the workout aerobically, but it would have obviously not been under the 20-minute cap.
No, it was not
at that pace.
It was not at that pace at all.
Okay, so the next week you progressed it less aerobically, more threshold, you said. What was the next week?
Yes, no. The next week was instead of doing something every 2 minutes, I decided to do 2 minutes of working.
Okay.
So I did 2 sets. The first time through the workout, I did it aerobically. The second time through, I did it at threshold.
Okay. Because you found on the first progression that you gave yourself 2 minutes, that you had rest within 2 minutes.
Yes.
To hit whatever you had set. So now you wanted to see what you were capable of in that same 2 minutes.
Correct.
Okay.
So it was 4 rounds, 2 minutes of running, 1 minute of rest. Okay. And then I rested 3 minutes, and then I did the same 2 minutes on, 1 minute of rest of as many med ball clean burpee over the boxes as I could.
And you kept your heart rate
under my aerobic zone. Yeah.
Okay, so then you rested and did 2 minutes of work at a goal pace or all out?
Goal pace, which more or less was all out.
Fair enough. And how far? So the run in 2 minutes, how far were you getting?
Aerobically, I was getting about just under 300 meters every
Okay.
2 minutes. And then threshold, I was getting 430, almost 450.
So you were almost hitting where you need to be for the
Yes.
workout
Yeah.
in 2 minutes. Interesting. And what happened with the med ball box overs?
I was about 6 every 2 minutes aerobically, and then 8, almost 9 every 2 minutes aerobically.
Interesting.
Or, sorry, 8, almost 9 threshold.
Threshold,
Yeah.
right. And what would be your goal pace to get within 2 minutes on that to hit your...
So really, to hit under the time cap, I need to do 4 minutes around.
Okay.
So hitting 450 meters in the 2 minutes was perfect, and then I needed 7 med ball cleans in 2 minutes.
So that tells me that your run was pretty close to there, but you said it felt pretty rough.
It was by the end of the fourth 2 minutes of work, it was not 430 meters.
Got it.
It was 400 barely.
But did the med ball over the box continue? Were you able to continue that pace?
Yes, that pace, it still hurt, but I was able to hold 8, and that last round I almost got 9.
Nice.
So I was almost getting more each round.
So that probably felt good, as in like, all right, you've got that part now. And I think I remember talking to you about this. You just need to get your running
Correct.
better. So the next week, you potentially went back aerobic to train.
That was the goal. That was
Right. I kind of led you into that because I knew it was coming. Spoiler alert. So what did you do the next week?
The next week, I decided to go back to that set amount of work in
Okay.
a certain amount of time.
Right.
So the first week was 2 minutes of work, or every 2 minutes. This week was going to be every 4 minutes.
Okay.
And I decided to kind of base the amount of work off of the aerobic portion of the week before's progression.
Ah.
So I decided I was going to try and get 300 meters of running and
Okay.
5 med ball over the box burpee in 4 minutes. So every 4 minutes,
So
300 meters.
presumably you would work for 3 and rest for 1.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was going to do that for 10 rounds.
And what happened?
I fell apart. Believe it or not.
You started with the run.
Yeah, so I started that first run, and I think part of it's I started a little hot. I just kind of went out a little bit too quickly. I was
Right.
I was nervous for that one because I knew it was
Right.
going to be a little rough.
Right.
Started a little hot, got the 5 med ball I got it done in 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes, and we had a little clock fiasco.
That's right.
So I was able to rest a little bit extra before getting into round 2, and it didn't make a difference. Round 2, the rest of that workout was just very thresholdy.
That was interesting to learn, and it's kind of good that the clock did that, so you knew, even though you went out hotter than you thought, that even changing your mindset to make it through, that it still ended up being too much.
Yeah.
Now, was it the run or was it the med ball box overs?
Well, it was the first week I put the run and the med ball box together in the same work interval.
Right.
So that, I think, alone was pretty challenging. And then the 300 meters run, looking back at it, the amount of work that I had done would have been perfect to get done in 4 minutes. If I would have given myself the full 4 minutes, I think I could have done it aerobically. But to get it done and then get rest, the only way I was going to do that was threshold.
So it still appears that the run is what needs more aerobic training to make it
Correct.
sustainable to get
Yes.
through that.
Because that run, it jumped me up to like 170 beats per minute, and there was no recovering before getting onto the med ball there.
Now, we've only been at this this is 4 weeks. Do you feel like your med ball, like obviously we're manipulating the running and you're saying
Yeah.
like still need more running. That's going to take a while. For a lot of people, I think we find that running takes a long time to make aerobic. Part of it is fight or flight. Where our bodies literally think we're running from a bear.
Yes.
And so you have to retrain that mindset of like, we're not running from a bear, we're running from ourselves for fun. And it's stressful on the body because it's a whole body split condition. Now, so training that just takes time and patience. And it sounds like you realize that and are going to,
Oh, yeah.
we'll get into what you're doing next. But do you feel like your ball over box burpees are getting better, more efficient? Have you noticed any trends heart rate wise or feeling wise there?
I don't know. It's hard to look at heart rate, really, because like
It's more perceived effort because it's such
Yes.
an event to move that ball over.
yes, it's definitely getting better. I'm not looking at the med ball as much as
Are you-
like even during that threshold workout, was not looking at the med ball as much
No.
as when I pre-tested the workout. But it's still just, it's a lot getting over that box.
Yeah.
So I think it's getting more efficient. I think I'm getting into I'm able to find a better rhythm once I start doing them.
Yeah.
But holding on to that rhythm is not going to stay aerobic now.
So what are you going to do this coming week as your next progression?
I think I'm going to change it up. And so instead of set work periods or set periods of time, I'm just going to do something like 5 rounds. I might even do the same 300-meter run, 5 med ball over the boxes, but just do 5 rounds, resting 2 minutes between each round or something like that.
Just to get the volume of the work in.
And to be able to work at not feel rushed to get the work done within a certain period of time.
Well, this is an interesting diversion here, is just your workout has a set amount of work that you have to get done.
Yes.
And then you're hoping to get it done under a certain amount of time. And so to train it, we need to train the volume of just doing that work so that you can do it more efficiently, faster. So it's, manipulating the pace and the rest and how your body stresses out over those movements.
Yes.
Have you mixed in any of your training? So obviously, because running can be trained in many other ways, and you train running not just in this one progression. If I think about progressing a run to make it more efficiently, have you manipulated pacing at all in anything else you've done?
Yes. So, I'm doing a lot of running outside of just those workouts, like those Madison Triplet style workouts, just because I want to get better at running.
Right.
So I'm doing a lot of just slow running with smaller sets of running, I guess.
Right.
So lots of like 400-meter runs and then rest and then...
Because you have definitely a set amount of, your work time domains of, you need to get in, I've noticed 2-minute AMRAPs, 3-minute AMRAPs, something like that. You need to have your rounds set in a certain amount of time. Are you going to manipulate, it sounds like you already could handle your goal of the ball over the box burpee thing at 100 pounds.
Yes.
Would you manipulate that with changing the weight or the pace or the height or anything to get different volume in on that? Or
That's a good question. That's something I haven't really thought too much about, honestly. I think changing the weight might be an interesting to see how that feels, because right now 100 pounds feels pretty light, and I guess that's just med ball cleans in general. 100 pounds have gotten very comfortable for me.
Right.
So maybe switching up to 150 would be I think it would change the workout dramatically.
It'd be kind of fun to experiment on that, what that does. Because it's not it's a stressful event in that it's muscularly enduring on your body and your system. But since you're close to that goal anyway, and training running is just going to be volume training, be an interesting thing to play with.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll play with height, though.
Can't really go a whole lot higher without
because the next step is 72 inches or something like that, and that's just tall, man.
How much training are you doing outside of this for? I think about that's a pretty explosive thing to be able to get the ball over, do a burpee, and then launch yourself over. Do you do a lot of explosive work in your other training?
Yes. I like to think I'm a pretty explosive athlete, so I do. One of the goals I've been working on this next couple months is really high box jumps.
Yep.
So I'm working
I've
on
seen
that.
You jumping on things.
I like jumping on things.
There's it kind of leads into all of this of how training for one progression, doing one thing, is fun for that workout. And you can have the goal of hitting that workout in under 20 minutes. But then you can also have the goal of this is also training explosive power and running and a whole bunch of other deadlifting and fun ways that your training can be part of a whole comprehensive vision of what you want to do with your health and wellness and performance. And
I think this one's really good for in terms of training or running outside of just running. Yeah. Because I can just run. I'm getting to be able to just run pretty okay.
Yeah.
I'm not great by any means, but I can handle it now. Where if you told me to go on just a run, I could do it. But you tell me to do a run in the middle of a workout, and all of a sudden it's a whole game changer that throws the whole workout off.
But I bet now, training this, you could think back at it in a different workout. You know, if I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head, and I can't, but.
Well, I did one with Steve a couple weeks ago. It was Helen and one other. It was 400-meter run, 30 box jumps, 30 wall balls, 400-meter run, pull-ups, and kettlebell swings. And just that 400-meter run alone was able to like throw that whole workout off.
Yeah.
Because the rest of those movements are not bad movements for me.
Right. So now recognizing that, then recognizing this, you know, that same 450-meter run is your nemesis.
Yeah.
To train it. Well, stay tuned to see how Alex progresses this one.
Yeah, watch my Instagram.
Another shameless plug. If you
Alex
guys want,
the intern.
if you guys,
It'll be tagged.
It'll be tagged. Just click the button. If you're interested in learning more about how to have comprehensive programming, or you want to hear us talk about something else, leave us a message.
Yeah. Look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.